1, 2. Oh, boom! Look at that. Holy smokes. I have 5 words for you. French onion soup, grilled cheese with roast beef. Okay, 7 words. French onion soup, grilled cheese with roast beef. It starts with a big ass pile of onions that will slowly caramelize, and then add some stuff to make amazing in the pan. So first we'll give it a little oil and some butter. It's my preferred combination. The butter adds the flavor, the oil keeps everything from burning, and we add the onions. So these are going to take about 15-ish minutes, maybe a tiny bit more, maybe a tiny bit less, but we just want them beautifully caramelized. Think golden color and super soft. Until they're there, there's really nothing to do. And after about 10 minutes, when the onions look like this, lovely softened, we add 2 things. So one is a little vermouth, a couple tablespoons, and let that do its thing there for a minute or so until most of the liquid burns off. Oh, but the smell is tremendous. So we're kind of faking a French onion soup thing, you know? You've got beautifully caramelized onions. We've added the vermouth to intensify the flavor. We'll now add some beef broth. And we're gonna let this do its thing for the next 10 minutes or so. Look, patience is definitely your friend in this recipe. Because what's gonna happen is these onions are gonna soften even more because of the vermouth and the beef broth we've just added, but then they'll just soak it up and get super luxurious, and that's gonna be a huge part of the flavor of this. Now, as the liquid is starting to evaporate, we add 3 things. One is kosher salt, of course. Lots of fresh ground pepper, because pepper makes it amazing. And the final sophisticated little touch, some dried thyme. And then we mix and just let them continue doing their amazing, gorgeous thing. And now we can prep everything else. And by the way, if you're not of age and vermouth is an issue for you, you could always stand outside a liquor store and have an adult buy it for you. That'll probably get me in trouble. I'm only kidding. For sure that's going to get me in trouble. Sam the Cooking Guy encouraging underage people to beg for vermouth. It's not like begging for beer or vodka. Imagine if I was outside a liquor store and some kid came up to me, clearly underage, and went, "Excuse me, sir, I'm not of age. I wonder if you could buy me a bottle from inside." I'd be like, "No, I'm not going to contribute to the delinquency of minors. Forget it." And then the kid goes, "But I just want a bottle of vermouth to make this grilled cheese, onion soup, roast beef thing that Sam the Cooking Guy made." I'd be, I'm in. Keep your money. I got you covered. And by the way, a bottle of vermouth is like $6 or $7, so keep it. And just to remind you, it's a fortified alcohol, so it can stay on your shelf. You can open it today, use it for this. Don't touch it again for 6 months. It's still good and takes the place of white wine. Unless you're a snob that goes, "Look, darling, only use wine that you will drink to cook with." That was my Thurston Howell III from Gilligan's Island, if you're old enough. It's not damn bad. "Look, darling, only use wine that you will drink to cook with." Okay, here's our bread. I'm using a Focaccia Asiago cheese loaf. And here's what I like about it. I love the size, of course. I love the cheese baked onto the top. But I also love that it's not too thick. Too much bread sucks. So now we have to cut it. And I hope I don't F this up. It's hard to see. So I turn, and now the top pops off. And now we have a choice to make. Do we cook it like this, face down, or do we go like this and go face down? Max?
Face down, yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear. Attaboy. Let's build this. Here's how this goes down. Swiss cheese is the proper cheese component for French onion soup. So I need to break them up a bit. Let's break them up a bit so we get like decent coverage, shall we? Like this. Now we're going with a layer of roast beef. Look, this is deli roast beef. Completely acceptable, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to make it yourself. In fact, it's a lot easier this way, trust me. Though I do like to make a roast beef, and we'll definitely be doing one soon. But just spread this out across the middle. And if you think about it, the soup part of French onion soup is beef broth, so why not add beef in a very big, glorious sort of way. Now the onions, which honestly are the star of the show. Because look at how tremendous they are. Deeply caramelized, flavored with the vermouth and the beef broth, lots of pepper, and now a final layer of the cheese. Oh my goodness. Something is super wrong about this, ladies and gentlemen. Now the top bun, of course, turned upside down. It's opposite day at Sam the Cooking Guy. Now we add butter. Butter. Look, it's grilled cheese. You knew butter was coming. Don't be shocked. He's putting butter on that. Well, it's a grilled cheese. What has to happen? Come on. Here we go. Face down on the Evo. And we go, and down. And push. We want beautiful, even goldenness. And now just leave it alone for a minute. And look, here, this side's better. That's what you want to see. Roast beef, the cheese, the onions. Don't butter the top yet. Wait till you're almost ready so you can continue to use your hands to push down on it. The sizzling from here, the smell of the onions that have fallen down on top of the Evo, the melting cheese, the whole thing. It's a symphony, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a straight symphony. But we're getting ready to flip, so let's butter the top. Okay, it's time to flip. And we got to do this quick because it's raining out here. Oh boy, can I do this? 1, 2. Oh, boom, look at that. Holy smokes. Best decision ever. Use the bread upside down. Look what's going on here. Look, a French onion soup has tons of onions, melty cheese. It's all coming together in one beautiful giant mess. Same thing that's going on here. Only difference is we made it into a grilled cheese. This may be one of the most spectacular grilled cheese sandwiches I have ever made. And when it's golden on top and bottom, we take her off. And down we go. Oh. Oh. There we go. And now we take a bite, but I can't cut it in half because look how big it is. I mean, a half of that, it's just too much. So I'm going to take a wedge. A wedge. What's wrong with a little wedge? Oh boy. It's like a pie. Here we go. And oh snap. What have we created? We've created something that's going to be effing delicious, he said, monitoring his mouth. The steam, the crust, the melty onion, the melty cheese. Ah, it's a party sandwich, that's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 people. That's it. It's an 8-person. It's an 8-person French onion soup, grilled cheese with roast beef. It's a ridiculous title. Can I have a bite, please? Can I eat now?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't need my son telling me I can eat. I just like to make sure his shot's ready. Oh my, come on, the onion. If you're a person that doesn't like onion, I need to start like a 12-step onion program. Hi, my name's Neil. I don't like onions. Well, I could help you with that. With this one bite. Cheesy melty onion. Cheesy melty onion. Hold for the military. It's an L84 CM. No, it's not. I have no idea what it is. Other than it's a big ass noisy helicopter and the sound of freedom. I don't know if I said this before, but I think this might be the best grilled cheese I've ever made. And it's not clickbait, haters. It's just truth. And what's even better, I've created the Pac-Man of French onion soup roast beef sandwiches. Look at that guy. Waka 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 waka. So as I stand here finishing something that's clearly not on my January health program, I encourage you to make this. I encourage you to subscribe. I encourage you to like. I encourage you to comment in this particular video below with something that you would like to see us make. And we might just make it. We might just make it.